Hello guys, welcome to this video. In today's video we'll be talking about conversion of data types. One of my previous video we talked about what data types are, and how data types are categorized and how I can represent the data type. So in this video we're talking about how to convert from one data type to another, like to convert from your float to integer and then your integer to float, and then we're looking at about how to convert some type of string types of data type to integer, and then also to float. And also we're looking at converting a list to tuple to list, and then a whole lot of them. So that's what we're talking about in this video. Without much further ado, let's get into starting this today's video. Let me comment everything we have done. Yeah, so let me create a, let me say data types conversion. Okay, so we begin with float to integer. This guy is going to be really easy. Come on, float to integer. We know that float are numbers, the numeric number with decimal point, example 1.2. We can say 3.4, so 3.5, and integers are those without a decimal point, like 1, 2, 7, 7, like just so on and so forth. So how can you convert this float to integer? It's simple. I make use of a function called since it's a float, I make use of int. Let's look at what int is. Let's hover it. Just let's wait for it to load a little bit. You can see it's a class int. It's convertible to int, meaning that anything that's similar to a number or a float can be converted to int. Now station this 3.5. When we put it, when we try to convert it to since it's a float, let's convert it to an integer. Just put the keyword int and then put the value to automatically be converted to a float, so to an integer, already a float. So let's see what we get as the output. You can see we got 3, because it tends to remove this any numbers that come with decimal point. On decimal point, removes them, to neglect them. And then next we're going to look at this integer to float. You see the same similar process, but in this scenario we're going to use float. And let's take a look at 3, for example. 3 is an integer. It doesn't have a decimal point after it, so to convert it to float, no float is entered at decimal point. So let me shut down the video and then run it. You can see here I got 3.0. Initially it was just 3. When I converted it to float, it became 3.0. Well, let's look at another one we can do, which you can say string to integer. For example, when we have strings like, let me call it string to integer. Example, just string to integer slash float. I'm going to do both of them. For example, we have let's say I made this name. Sorry. Let's have a string. Let's say string, and the string is something like 1, 2, 3. We know that this is a string because put on top at the beginning and at the end. And on our common sense, we know that this 1, 2, 3 is a number. One, even though when you check the type, or to check what type But to check what type it belongs to, you can see down here that is the class of string. So, but since on our common sense, which we don't even, I don't need to explain more. On our common sense, that this seems like a number, and then we can convert it to an integer like this. You can say, let's say make it let's call and convert. You can say int. You can say int, and then we'll give it the string. I think when we check what type it belongs to right now, she will give us an integer. Sorry. Let's see convert. I just created a new variable converting this string of a guy to an integer. As you can see here, it was converted successfully to an integer. So the next, you can also do the same thing to float by changing here to float. You can see the class is going to change, it's going to be a float. So what happens since it's a string? Like I said, at this point we have to make use of our brain. You can come and type Peter, and you expect Peter to be converted to. So you can see cannot convert string to float. Cannot expect Peter to be converted to a float, even to an integer or a float. Even though I was able to convert this string 1 to 3, like I said, at this point we have to make use of our head. There's no way I can convert Peter or any word to a number using this method. There are many ways you can convert it by doing some other operations on them. Before you can convert me something like Peter, you can send Peter as 1, and when you do it, you get 1. So this is for string. This is for string to float. Okay, so let's also look at string to boolean. This is string to, let me copy this, string to boolean. We want to know what boolean is. Boolean is 1 or 0, true or false. So let's say let's give our string to example. This is a string for example. Let's convert it to, let me copy this guy to make work easier. So what happened when I try converting it? So we know that for boolean is bool. So what happened when I try converting this guy to boolean? What do we get? You can see is a boolean. Let's print it out and see what convert. Let's see what our output is. You can see true. So but let's say, let me try false for example, and I try converting false to a boolean. You can see true. You can successfully convert it to a boolean using the bool. And most times this is not, I can't remember last time I used this bool for example. So another one can also be converted to an integer. So let's look at another one. Boolean to integer. What about boolean? Okay, let me copy this. Not one example of a boolean is let's say true, and then we'll convert it to integer using the int, and then let's see what we get down here. You can see what's called true is converted to 1, and then what class does it belong to? It belongs to integer class. So what if it was false here? One of that is going to get 0, and the class is still going to be int. But let's run and see that for ourselves. I can see 0 can be regarded as false, and then the class is that of true. So another one I'm going to look at is string to, you can say string to let's say string to list. What does this do? We have our string, then we're going to convert it to list. This is a string, let's say a string called I'm going to give it a name, and I'm going to turn it to using the list word, list keyword, and then what happens when we run it? This will get converts it to a list. I did a lot of introduction. I did a lot of done a lot of videos on list, how lists are, how they are being used. Make sure to check my video to learn how to use list. As you can see, a class list. I think with this we can actually with the conversion of from one data type to another. It's not hard. You just have to play around with them. Okay, let me give one more example. Let's say let's say string to tuple, for example. All you have to do is just turn here to tuple, and then let's give it a string. Let's say Peter, for example. So what we're going to happen with string, this is a variable string that holds a Peter value, and when you tuple the string, just like tupling, sorry, like tupling Peter, and then we'll print it, and then we'll check what category it belongs to. You can see down here, this is tuple. One of that tuple is what is it called, open bracket and then close bracket. While that of list is open square bracket and then close square bracket. You can see the class of tuple. So in this way you can check other ones and play around with them to learn how to convert it. So please, if you know there's anything I didn't cover in this video, please make sure to let me know in the comment section below. I'll try my best to make a tutorial on it, a second part of the tutorial on it, to cover it. If you have any question regarding this video or any video I've posted, please make sure to reach out to me, either by sending me a direct message or to make your comment in the comment section below. Okay, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.